Good morning. It is October 19th? Yeah, 19th, 2019. It's Saturday morning, and it is a long time since I've been out of bed before the sun, but it's a little after, it's like 5:05.
Sun's coming up.
And we are getting ready to head out for our border run. We wanted to get up and get out as early as we could. Sun's not up yet. The sky's getting lighter though. It is just a couple minutes before
in 200 meters, turn left.
6 a.m. and we're headed out. So it hasn't told us yet how long it's going to be. Jeremy's phone is still sort of waking up, if you want. But anyways, we're on our way. All right, so the GPS here updated itself. I don't think it's gonna let me focus on it, but it says 9:23 a.m. It's about 3 hours and 25 minutes to get there. So we'll see what the actual time is when we actually get there. My guess is more like about 10, depending on like a couple stops and traffic. We'll see. Look where we are. We just pulled right in and didn't realize it. This is the gardens. We're in Zarcero, passing through. I knew we were coming this way, but I didn't think we'd actually come right through the city. But yeah, it's gorgeous up here. It's beautiful country. I would love to stop, but we really need to just keep going. We're about an hour in now. We're making good time. I think we've actually lost a couple minutes on when it said we'd get there. So maybe we'll stop on the way back. This is where we ate when we were on our anniversary trip, right there. Maybe I don't know, if we come back this way, I would not mind stopping, because they had amazing empanadas. It was really, really delicious. One of the best empanadas I've had so far. Rancho de Ceci. I don't think the camera's going to do it justice, especially out of Jeremy's window, and there's some trucks, but oh my word, it is so clear. You can see so far today. I don't think it was nearly this clear when we were up here before. It is a very pretty drive. This is the third time we've been to the border, and I feel like this is the third time we've gone a different direction. Like, I think we've gone a different way all three times. Slightly different. Yeah, I mean, eventually we will join the main road that leads to the border, but getting to that main road... Oh, wow, you see that peak right in the left of the screen? That is a volcano. I don't know which volcano, but it is very distinctly a volcano. It is again. I missed the... Oh, there it is. I missed it out the front window. All I could do is look out Jeremy's window. It reminds me a little bit of Nicaragua, when we would come down the mountain and see the volcano and the lake in the distance. Cows! 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 Oh man, look at this. You can just see from miles. Kilometers, really. It's so clear today. That's just incredible. We're in a really, really pretty area. To be honest, it feels like we're out in the middle of nowhere, and straight ahead we have McDonald's and Subway.
There's a KFC back there too.
And yeah, there's the KFC we already passed. So this is the huge, huge difference between Costa Rica and Nicaragua. In Nicaragua, you're not going to find anything like this outside of the capital. And here we are, a good hour and a half, 2 hours from the capital. And there's a beautiful brand new looking McDonald's. It's 8:30 and we just stopped for gas and bathroom and snacks. Oh, can't see that. There it is. Oval Crunch, never heard of these. Cheese flavored, so we'll see how these are. So these chips are like little 3D, I don't know what you'd call those. They're not bad.
Footballs.
But yeah, okay, like a honeycomb football. Anyways, it's only 120 calories for the entire bag. So yeah, they're not bad. I would get these again. They taste. We're about 2 minutes from the border. We should be pulling into the building in just a minute here. We're doing great time. It's not even 10 a.m. It is 9:38 a.m. So we've made excellent timing this morning. And we are pulling into the border. I don't know how much filming I will do. I think that would make me uncomfortable. This is honestly a little bit stressful. So, just praying that God will give us good success. But anyways, we're gonna park and go inside. If I can get some video without being too conspicuous, I might, but you might not hear from me again until we're done. So we have just exited, or in the process of exiting Costa Rica. We've gone through all the offices, paid all the taxes, and we are walking over to the border of Nicaragua. So it's hard to see. I'll probably get a shot closer, but I'll have to stop at that tent right there. And then there's a needle, and once we pass that gate, we are in Nicaragua.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be happy in Nicaragua, happy in Costa Rica.
So we stopped at the little police tent, and then right here, once we go through this gate, that will be crossing into Nicaragua, and we'll stop at this other building and then go on in. So we are on the other side waiting. Jeremy's over there finishing up a plate. I decided to pass. I brought some bubbles, so Lila and Elijah have some bubbles. And then we will go back through that building over there and then back across after about 20 minutes. I think we still have about 10 minutes to go maybe till we can go back through. It took a while.
Across too, because I want to. Actually, I think I can keep up with it.
Okay. Anyways, it took us a long time to get in because there was a discrepancy with Elijah's passport. They weren't sure if they should use his Nicaraguan one or his American one. If they use his Nicaraguan one, he doesn't have to pay the fees. But they wanted to make sure that he could get back in. So, anyways, that took a lot longer than it would normally take. And it probably will every single time. But it is what it is. So we just finished. I forgot to check what time it is, but we just finished up leaving Nicaragua. I mean, we're not walked across yet, but we're about to. And now we have to re-enter Costa Rica. So we're going to cross back through that. It was 12:07 when we pulled out of the parking lot. That took a good hot minute. That was like 2 hours and about 30 minutes. That's actually took us longer than normal. That was pretty intense. There's a couple moments there where I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but everything was successful. We're done. So hot. Oh my word, so hot. Like I'm just dripping. And you know, just from walking in the sun. I don't know how people can live here. It's so hot. But anyways, so we are thankfully headed back home. It says about 3:35, so it'll probably be a little more like 4:30 because we're definitely going to stop, stretch our legs, get some lunch. Although Jeremy did eat at the border, and you actually talked to somebody about the board. We looked over, and I looked up, and I saw this guy reading something. I was able to see it was a track about Baptist or Bible-based baptism, I believe, biblical baptism. And so the kids and I had wandered over to play, and Jeremy started just witnessing if they'd let him, and they did. So, I mean, no conversion or anything, but we'll see. I mean, you never know what those kind of conversations will lead to for somebody. So, anyways, I'm just really, really grateful that we're on our way home now. We just stopped at a bread store. It's like 2:30, and we were just not seeing a good place to stop and eat, so we saw a bread store, so we stopped. And they brought this out, like, as we were trying to decide what to get. It is really good. I don't know how much it was, but it's delicious, and it's hitting the spot. We are still about an hour and 15 minutes from home. It's been a long day. We stopped and got some food. I showed you the bread. Anyways, Jeremy is going to tell you all the steps we had to go through to get from out and back in, and to get our new 90-day stamp that lets us stay here in Costa Rica. So,
okay, well, we go to the Los Chiles border, and when we go there, we park behind the building. They have a big parking lot there where you can park and leave your car in a safe place while you do the border crossing. So you go to the front building and you pay your exit tax first, and then you go get in line to do your visa stamp for the exit, and they'll do that. Once you get that stamp, then you walk out towards the border, and there's a little tent with a table there and a person. You give them your passports, and they look and make sure your stamps are good, and then they let you go through. So you cross over the little border. There's another person there at a little hut on the Nicaraguan side. Make sure everything looks good when you come in, and After you show them your passports and they look through it, ask you a couple questions, then they send you on. And you go to the big building, you get in line, and you do your entrance visa there. They're going to ask you questions like what you're there for and where you're going and stuff like that. That takes a little bit. After that, you go scan your bags, and then you go out the back of the building, and you have about 20 minutes that you need to spend for whatever reason before you come back.
Yeah, they usually tell you, like, you need to come back. You need to wait 20 minutes or 30 minutes. The most we've ever been told was 30 minutes.
Yeah, so you do that, and there's really just about nothing there at all. I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere, but there's a little shack at the side of the parking lot where there's just like a little countertop, and they have a couple sodas and one little table there. And actually, I have pretty good food. You could get a plate for probably about $2 or $3 with, you know, some type of whatever meat they have with beans and rice and a little bit of tortilla and a little piece of Nicaraguan cheese.
And they have bottled drinks.
Yeah, so we usually do that, and I love it.
Well, they take US dollars.
Yeah, I pay with Cordovas normally if I have them, but yeah, they will take dollars. But you might not get the best conversion rate.
Will they take colones?
Probably, but the conversion rate probably won't be that good.
Okay.
But I can't confirm that. Never tried.
So then what?
So once you spend your 20 minutes, then you go and you get back in line. Either if the outside window is open on the Nicaraguan side, you can go there. And if it's not open, then you go back in the same place where you got your entrance stamp. You go wait in line and you get your exit stamp there. Then you do everything backwards. You go back to the hut on the Nicaraguan side, show them your passport, they make sure you're good. You go on the Costa Rican side, show them your passport, they make sure you're good.
That's actually the most important step, is when you enter Costa Rica, because that is what you've done all of this for. You need that last 90 days to be able to stay in Costa Rica without leaving.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot about, Costa Rica requires that when you enter, you have to have a plane ticket or something that confirms that you are leaving within the 90 days of the visa. So what we do is on Expedia.com, you can get airline tickets with free 24-hour cancellation, no penalty at all. They just give you a refund. And so we do that. We show them our tickets, which are completely legitimate tickets, and then we cancel them afterwards, which I need to do. And so they ask for that. They actually will ask for that before you leave Costa Rica, when you come into Nicaragua, and when you come back in. So the last thing you do after you show them your passports coming back in, you go back to the migration place in Costa Rica. You get your entrance stamp. They're going to ask you what you're doing. Probably ask to see your confirmation of your plane tickets. Make sure you're not going to stay in Costa Rica beyond the 90-day time. And then you just scan your bag, and then you get in your car and go. So that's about it. It takes about anywhere from 1 to 2.5 hours or so.
I think it took us just under 2.5 hours today. We are in a national forest now. Kind of, I would call it a rainforest. And it's raining. Very green. I wish I knew the name of this forest. Could probably look it up on. Yeah, it's between where we were going and home, so it's the best way. But it's really pretty up here. We're coming down out of the national forest, Braulio, the Braulio National Forest. Now, super slow traffic, so we'll get home when we get home, I suppose. Here we are. Finally coming into home. There's all the chickens. It is 4:05, so we've been gone for, is that 10 hours? 8 hours.
Chicken hours?
I don't know. I'll do the math in a little bit. I double checked, and yes, our trip from start to finish was 10 hours, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I was not at all expecting to be able to come home and do any sewing, much less actually finish this dress, but I did. I finished my dress. I probably will wear it to church tomorrow. And it was my first time using a facing instead of a neckband. You can see it's kind of flipping up, so I'll need to get that ironed in the morning, but I didn't feel like pulling out the ironing board tonight, so I just did it without it. But anyways, I kind of like how this turned out. It's really cute. So I'll try to get a picture in it tomorrow. And that is it for today. I'm about to go crash.